Do you hear that chicken?
That sazon? Hey guys, Swimo here. And today I'm going to be talking about how to escape the Matrix. Yeah! Oh, I'm deep in the Matrix, oh my god!
Bro, just take this!
Basically, the biggest problem I see with a lot of kids my age is that there's a loss of direction. Not many kids think that there's any future in where they're going, and that's because the media, their parents, everyone is telling them that the world is going to shit and it's over. Climate change, politics, it's just a frenzy of just fear. Everyone's projecting fear, but no one's offering up any solutions on what to do about it. Now, remember when you were a kid, you saw those little children's stories. They're all about these small, undiscovered, underrated, ignored kids who faced the monster, overcame the odds, and had a great adventure. I feel like that story is the story of life satisfaction. To have a satisfying life, you have to face the big monster. And for our generation, that's climate change, it's inequality, it's just seeing the world get more and more polluted, more and more corporate, more and more ran by business, greed, money, control, and less led by humanity, creativity, art, community. It seems like it's going in the wrong direction, and it's been that way for the entire time that we've been alive. The number one way that they control us, hijack our senses, make us slaves to their products, is through something called sensory objects. Okay, I'm gonna read a passage from the Bhagavad Gita. This is a book filled with a lot of wisdom. I'm not saying you should believe everything in any religious text, but this book in particular has a lot of really amazing wisdom. It's just a really great story about Krishna. No disrespect to anyone who, was raised in Hinduism or in Krishna consciousness. This is in the second teaching of the Bhagavad Gita. Brooding about sensuous objects makes attachment to them grow. From attachment, desire arises. From desire, anger is born. From anger comes confusion. From confusion, memory lapses. From broken memory, understanding is lost. And from loss of understanding, he is ruined. Let me define what a sensuous object is, in my opinion. Okay, this is the biggest sensuous object in all of our lives. The smartphone. A lot of us are very privileged to have these devices. I still think we've untapped into the true potential of the internet, of smartphones, of all this stuff. That being said, currently, smartphones and technology has been taken over by corporations that create things intentionally, flood your dopamine, keep it glued to the screen. Brooding about sensuous objects makes attachment to them grow. So basically, every time you're sitting there on your computer, you're stuck on the internet, you're stuck moving without intention. You brood about, oh shit, like I'm so attached to this thing and I can't get away from it, I can't seem to get away from it. That just makes your attachment greater, and everyone has their sensuous objects that fucks them up to a more of a less degree. Everyone has that one thing, and it all derives from your senses. The first step to escaping the Matrix is overcoming your sensuous objects.
A man of inner strength, whose senses experience objects without attraction and hatred, in self-control finds serenity. In serenity, all his sorrows dissolve, his reason becomes serene, his understanding sure. If the mind submits to the play of the senses, they might drive away insight, as a wind drives a ship on water.
So, Great Warrior, when withdrawal of the senses from sense objects is complete, discernment is firm. When it is night for all creatures, a master of restraint is awake. When they are awake, it is night for the sage who sees reality.
I'm skipping, but this is the place of the infinite spirit. Achieving it, one is freed from delusion. Abiding in it, even at the time of death, one finds the pure calm of infinity. After reading this chapter, I wrote down some of my sensuous objects. My biggest ones: my phone, food, porn, weed, tobacco, alcohol, ketamine, Instagram, YouTube. These were the things that hijacked my senses the most and drove me away from my intuition. So that's a sensuous object. Your first step in escaping the Matrix is understanding what are your sensuous objects and how can you, instead of being a slave to your sensuous objects, become the master of your sensuous objects. Act in self-control to overcome the things that drive you away from your intuition. And the beautiful thing about your intuition is, the more you align with your intuition, the closer you get to the highest version of yourself. You are a divine being, and your highest possible dreams are achievable, but first you have to align with that version of yourself. You have to become that version of yourself, and that to become that, the first step in becoming that is sacrifice, is giving up some of your sensuous desires. Say you're like, all right, I hear you, Swimo, I hear you. I've given up my sensory objects, right? So, but that's just the first step. You can't just give it up. You got to replace it with something that's more meaningful and more intentional.
For me, I still have my smartphone, but I got rid of the SIM card. Basically, it's not connected to data. So you can also save money this way. When I'm not in my house, my phone isn't connected to it. But like, how are people gonna contact me? I got this little dummy phone. This little dumb phone. It's basically like a pager. Like all my most important contacts, the people who I really need to get in contact with, my friends and my family, are all on there. So if anyone really needs to get in contact with me, that's how I do all my main communication.
For things like FaceTime, Apple stuff, weird stuff like that, I still have my iPhone and it still works with your Apple ID. I really recommend looking into it. A dumb phone, this one costs like $50. My phone plan is only like $8 to $9 a month. So, and I just pay for Wi-Fi, so it's also save your pockets. Second thing, a notebook. Have a notebook. I have like I've filled out like 20 notebooks, but this just has, you know, I have like fun little drawings in here. I have like, right now I just started a new one. This is my like symbol, if you see it around. But write lists of things, my dreams, my feelings, and even this today, like I have the recipes for what I'm cooking right now on here, and then I have the script for like what I'm doing right now, literally making this video. Next thing, hobbies. So you're gonna have all this new free time from all the time you gave up sacrificing your sensory objects. You can fill it with hobbies. So music, creation, sewing, anything of your wildest dreams. You gotta think, what do I want to do to be a cool ass bitch? To be a cool ass bitch, I want to have cool ass clothes. You can start making your own clothes. Think of your dream self, your dream world, your dream family, your dream community. Instead of fucking sitting there getting hypnotized by the matrix, buy, sell, consume, you can create. All that extra time you're gonna have, now you can use it to create the world you want to see, instead of just complaining about it. That's what the matrix wants you to do. So it keeps you on the matrix, keeps you stupid. No, you gotta break free, Oh my God.
Friends, also friends. You'll have more time to hang out with your friends, be present with your friends, instead of like FaceTiming them. Go fucking see them, go grab a bite to eat, and also make yourself your friend. Ever since I got rid of it, I don't care about this social media shit. I don't care about friend groups, group chats, and none of that. I just fucking hang out with myself a lot of the times, and I'm happy, man. Cause I'm living my dream. I'm pursuing my dreams. I'm getting closer to my dreams every day. I'm being creative, I'm making music, and I'm happy, man. I'm the happiest I've ever been, because I'm working harder and more passionately and more focused on my dream world, my dream self, and my dreams than I ever have been.
I have a addictive personality, like where I wear the same outfit for a month and a half type shit. So me being aware of that, if I ended up liking alcohol or some shit, it would be the fucking downfall of me, because I would need it, and I'm in a financial place where I can enable it myself, and I don't ever want to be that guy, so I'm off it. I don't even look at it. Plus, I don't want to do it. It's just, nigga, you drunk. You stink. And then, like, you see people like, I regret what I said. Like, but then it's like, okay, one, don't blame it on the alcohol, you bitch. Like, you're pussy. And two, maybe that's what you actually wanted to say, but you're too much of a bitch to actually be honest. And I don't ever want to rely on alcohol to be that guy. Like, I'd rather just tell you sober and look you in the eye and not regret it, so.
But it's not all about work. There's one more thing that you gotta remember. You gotta relax. You gotta have time for yourself. And I like to plan out my relaxation time. So when I'm feeling a little bit too burnt out, you know, my hobbies are getting to me, I'm like, damn, like I don't want to make another fucking song. I don't want to work on a video or plan out anything. I just want to sit here. Let me know if this story sounds familiar. You're relaxing, right? You want to relax. You end up just accidentally spending all day in your phone in the matrix. Just consuming. And by the end of the day, you're not even relaxed. You're just like, what the fuck, where did my time go? And basically, you gotta reset that. You gotta think of, what do I really like? What am I passionate about? Oh, I wanna watch cool indie films. I wanna listen to some weird jazz. I wanna read fucking graphic novels. I wanna go see an interesting movie. Something that really fills your soul with something beyond the surface level bullshit that we've been indoctrinated with.
But to do that, you have to think. You have to think for a second. Take a step back. Whew. Take a step back from the matrix for 1 second. Take a deep breath and write down, man, today I want to go skydiving. Today I want to find the nearest hiking trail. Today I want to see if there's a waterfall by where I live. Literally, think of things to do to relax that actually satisfy you and make you feel like you're living your best life, man. You're living your best life.
And you know, the best part about these notebooks is that it's way more creative and fun than your phone, because it's literally unlimited freedom, creative freedom. You can literally write whatever you want. You can make it yours, you know. You can like draw just scribbles. It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be a work of art. It's just every page. Just let your brain go, man. Just let your brain like just create whatever it feels like. If it feels like scribbling, it feels like drawing some weird shit, poem. And through that, you'll develop your awareness and your knowledge of yourself so much more. You'll learn who you really are.
And you'll just develop your mind in ways that you just haven't developed before. You'll realize the patterns of what you're doing, how you can change them, the things that you're stressing yourself out about. A lot of the things, the suffering that you have in your life is put upon yourself, and that could be due to a lot of things. But at the end of the day, we have the potential to overcome any problem that we have in our lives.
I mean, there's some things that are harder to overcome than others, and some things, to overcome them, you'd have to do something terrible. But it's all just what you're willing to do, you know what I'm saying? Basically, the number one thing is you need intention. If you don't have an intention for what you want or what you want to do or what you are doing in that moment, it's likely that the time is going to be wasted and you're going to feel shitty about yourself. If you have an intention, if you set a small intention, something fun even, it doesn't have to be the most productive, the most life-changing thing. It can just be, okay, my intention right now is to relax. So let me do something that is truly relaxing to me. Or the intention can be, it is my intention to make something beautiful, and you try your hardest to make something beautiful. And it might not be the most beautiful thing you can create at first, but something in it, if you give it a chance, will be beautiful. Find the love. Focus on the love. Don't focus on the bad sides of what you create. Focus on the good sides of it and what you can focus on and grow about it, that you like about it. That's your style. And even the flaws in your work can add a lot to the style, the uniqueness, and the voice behind your work. Now more than ever, I use the matrix, but I don't let the matrix use me. It's a tool just like anything else, and you can really choose how much you let it influence you. And here's a final exercise to help you steer away from the matrix. If you're on social media, if you're on the internet, and you're moving without intention, you're likely being manipulated by the matrix and by the algorithms. Think of something that you truly want to do in your heart and move with that intention. You can even stay on the internet, but whether it be learning about something, watching a creator you really love that you haven't checked in on a while, use your actual brain. Don't let the internet's brain infiltrate you and use you as a tool to get more money and use you as an advertising materialistic matrix battery. Alright, so let's review. How do you escape the matrix? The 3 tools are: 1. Acknowledge your sensory objects and what is something that infiltrates your senses and uses you instead of you using it. Number 2. Sacrifice your sensory objects but replace them with something where you have a little bit more control and you have less opportunities to submit to your sensory object. And number 3, when you do need to use the matrix, use it with intention. Whenever you can, try not to let the matrix use you. Use the matrix as a tool to forward yourself, your knowledge, your spirit, and your connection with the world.
It's really your choice to not be hypnotized by this machine. It does suck that we all had to grow up learning this slowly and doing school and being distracted by the internet every day. It's like a new drug that no one really acknowledged we were addicted to. But now that we all know we're addicted to it, we gotta figure out ways to overcome it and to recenter ourselves with humanity away from the interests of these corporations. Alright, my name is Swimo. I'm gonna be trying to make a YouTube video every week about my life, skits, pranks, music tutorials. Comment down below what you want to see from me. Sweet Mo out.